With the ejection of Jody Wilson-Raybould and Jane Philpott from the Liberal cabinet, the Independents are now just 5 seats away from gaining official party status. And that could bring a major shakeup to the upcoming federal election. Joining me with more is the Globe and Mail's Adam Radwanski. Thanks for being here, Adam.
Thanks for having me.
So right now there are 7 independents in the House of Commons. 6 of them are former Liberal MPs. 3 of them left on bad terms with Justin Trudeau. This all comes as the party's credibility on feminism and Indigenous issues has been weakened. So, Adam, what could this mean as we inch closer to the fall election?
Well, in terms of the election, obviously there's a practical impact on seats. I mean, there are a few seats now, including the 2 former minister seats, where the Liberals will have a harder time getting reelected than they would have otherwise. Beyond that, obviously, having people who were part of their party who are now outside, it creates an ongoing kind of side story. And I think it does speak a little bit, we'll see how this plays out, to maybe, there are a lot of independents sitting right now. There's a lot of fracturing going on. Maybe people who are feeling a little unsatisfied with the sort of the major parties, the traditional parties, are maybe going to see, the genesis of some different options emerging, some opportunities maybe for non-traditional parties like the Green Party or others to make some pickups.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned the Green Party because we had Elizabeth May on the show last week and she was talking about how she would be interested in welcoming Jody Wilson-Raybould and Jane Philpott into her party. Is that something that you think would be likely as these independents sit there? Are they going to be picked up by these other parties?
I think it's possible. I think both the NDP and the Green Party would have interest in the 2 former ministers. There is kind of a differentiation here between different independent MPs we probably have to mention. I mean, you've got people like Jody Wilson-Raybould and Jane Philpott who left on a matter of principle and are highly desirable for other parties. There are also people who are independents because of personal scandals and so on, several of them, who I don't think that something like the Green Party is going to be reaching out and trying to form a caucus with.
Right. So there are 3 other parties that hold 1 seat each, the People's Party of Canada, the Green Party, and the Cooperative Commonwealth Federation. Do you see any scenario where the independents try to form official party status, perhaps with the help of one of those other members who is now sitting in as an independent?
I don't, because they're so different from each other. So it's very hard to imagine Maxime Bernier and Elizabeth May working together, let alone some of the independents I mentioned who have their own personal issues and wouldn't necessarily be a big draw for them. So I think they're going to go all their separate ways. I do think it'll be interesting to see if we hear a little more kind of collectively from independent MPs. We already have in this parliament more than some. I do think there's an opportunity for an unusual number of sort of prominent independent voices compared to what you've seen previously.
Yeah, we're for sure keeping the conversation interesting as we head towards the election.
We are. It's been a strange year so far.
Yeah, to say the least. Yeah, Adam, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.